Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your weekly analysis for Bitcoin versus the US dollar. The date is February 2nd, 2020. So here we go, Bitcoin. Well, it feels very bullish, but technically Bitcoin has some things to prove. I am currently mixed, meaning I'm kind of staying to the side for now, and here's the reasons. We've got a price stuck in a price wedge. So if we were to draw a shape, a triangle, right, you can see that price is in a wedge. Now, wedges break out, right? So we're either going to see a breakout to the top side or we see a breakout to the bottom side. Now, based on everything else that's been going on with the US dollar, we've seen a lot of weakness in the US dollar. So on that basis, Bitcoin looking like a pretty good chance, but it still has to prove. So here's what I'm concerned about. We've got this ceiling at these 9650, 9700 mark. Here's this bearish descending triangle that's held right all the way through 2019. 2019 was not a great year for trading Bitcoin unless you bought and just took one of these short-term rallies. But we do see that price has been moving out of this 6,500 support zone. It's on a short-term uptrend. Now we got price in this pyramid. So here's what needs to happen to really change my sentiment to bullish. I want to see a break above 10,000, a sustained break. So let's put that down. Sustained break above 10,000 to be bullish. And the reason I write in my charts is because in the heat of the moment, you can get kind of foggy, right, about what your charts say. Also, if you're the kind of person that trades from your phone, be cautious. You really want these large scenario charts to do your price action, your analysis from. It's hard to do it in the mobile phone. The tools, you usually don't have enough screen to get a good accurate chart. So if you write yourself a note, sometimes it can remind you what you're looking for. So I'm not going to buy in Bitcoin until it has a sustained break above 10,000. What's sustained mean? Okay, so what I don't mean is a candle like this. See how this big bullish candle back in October, 26th of October 2019, price shot above the 10,000 line, but then was quickly rejected, then dropped it back to 6,400, right? So that's that fake rally, fake false breakout. So what I want is a sustained candle, meaning a big bullish candle like this one back here. I want price to really rocket above that line and then close that way. So that the day would need to close, or the week would need to close, meaning the candle's over. We go on to the next candle, and within that candle, it hasn't shot up and then shut back down. Now they can still be tricky. We see way back here, and those initial rallies of a couple of years ago, where there was a giant bullish candle that went to 14K and then lost behind it. So that's kind of that confirmation candle, like, oh, it didn't quite stick. So that's what I'm waiting to happen to prove, because if price doesn't break above 9,600, then we could see a return to 84. Doesn't mean that 84 won't be a great buy. We got this trend line. So let's go ahead and add our moving averages. And the reason I use this indicator, I use 3 of them, is because if you look historically at what moving averages have shown, you can glean what they might mean in the future. Right? No one can tell the future, but you can use mathematical indicators to give you a pretty good idea about what might happen this time based on what happened last time. So here we go. We see prices moving above the 20 and the 50. That's very bullish. Let's go ahead and add our long, our 200, and see what that has to say. Okay, This is encouraging. We see the fast moving average making a bullish crossover, about to cross over this slow line, and we see the 50 coming up. What I really want to see is like this back here. I want to see fast on top of medium on top of slow. So this is shaping up, but it hasn't quite got there, just like price hasn't quite broke bullish. So at this point, though, I still feel pretty good. I might be if the U.S. dollar keeps retreating and price pulls back a little bit on Bitcoin, it still might be a good buy. Let's go ahead and draw one more parallel trend line. This is going to be for the short term. So really, when we talk about this week, what's going to happen is this is what you got going on this week. This is pretty interesting. This is a real narrow wedge. Come on, stick. Okay. Now this does look pretty bullish. If price continues to operate in this 9,200 through 95, 9,600 and not go down, and the moving averages come up and they sit below it, we could see a pretty dramatic breakout to the upside. So let's see. Let's look at our calendar. Now, I like to look at the timeline on the bottom of the calendar, and then I look at where my drawing of my charts and support lines. See all this blank white space? This blank white space goes all the way till early March. Now, U.S. dollar's been facing a lot of heat, and we could see a breakout to the upside this week. However, price could just kind of tread along this very narrow band for most of February, waiting to break above resistance and then shoot up, or then get pushed back down. But price has a way of filling in the blank space, right? So if we look past, it's like someone's scribbling with a crayon trying to fill all this in with price action, right? So you very few times does price just go up forever. We have a bull run, but eventually it's going to kind of stop, go sideways, and fill in. So there you go. I'm mixed on Bitcoin for this week, and I'm looking for a sustained break above 10,000 to be bullish. All right, good luck, everyone. Hope you make lots of cash.